Once upon a time, in a quiet little town, there lived a beautiful young girl with her parents. She had reached the age of marriage, but her life was already filled with heartbreak. Many boys came into her life, and she entered relationships with those she liked, without her parents' approval. She believed she was wise enough to know right from wrong, but one by one, those boys gave her false hope, broke her heart, and walked away. Her parents longed to see her happy, yet every promise ended in disappointment. Then one day, her father introduced a young man as their future son-in-law. He was simple, quiet, honest, and hard-working. Her father believed he was the right choice to take care of his daughter. But to the girl, he seemed too ordinary. He was not the one her heart had chosen, and the thought of marrying him brought her no joy. With a heavy heart, she said, "I will marry him, but I will never love him." The night before the wedding, her mother knelt beside her and spoke with sorrow. She admitted they had never loved this man either, but they chose him because they saw honesty and loyalty in his eyes, unlike the others who walked away. They had hoped the boys their daughter once loved would take responsibility, but they never did. The next day, after the wedding ceremony, the girl told her new husband that she was feeling unwell and needed to go to the hospital. Concerned, he gave her money without hesitation. But at the hospital, she shocked the doctor with her request. She asked to have her womb removed. She explained, "I am not a cheater, but I cannot bear a child for a man I do not love." The doctor was stunned and refused her request. Instead, he advised her to take pills that would prevent pregnancy until she was ready. Reluctantly, she agreed and returned home, hiding this truth from her husband. In the days that followed, she tried to make her husband hate her. She was cold, distant, and unkind. Yet no matter how she treated him, he never left. He cared for her, defended her, and loved her without condition. Slowly, she began to reflect. She remembered how the boys she once loved had abandoned her. And here was a man who stayed, even when she gave him nothing in return. She realized something powerful. A person who truly loves you will love you even when you do bad things. But someone who doesn't love you will never love you, no matter how good you are to them. Her heart softened. She stopped taking the pills and longed to give him a child. But because she had taken the pills for so long, she never became pregnant. Soon, her husband's family began to mock her, saying, "You came here only to eat our food? Why haven't you given us a child?" Yet her husband stood firmly by her side, silencing them with anger. His loyalty filled her with regret. She broke down in sorrow and thought to herself, "Oh Lord, I wish I had never taken those pills. I wish I had become pregnant when I first arrived." Now she longed for a child more than anything, but the painful truth was that she could no longer conceive. Years later, her husband sat beside her and said gently, "My wife, I don't want another woman. My heart belongs only to you, but I still dream of having a child. If you agree, do you know someone who could help us? Someone who could give us a child, but only if you allow it, because I would never betray you." At these words, she broke down in tears. She realized she had made a terrible mistake, one that could never be undone, a mistake that would haunt her for a lifetime. Moral of the story: never blind yourself with ego, temporary pleasure, or the illusions of false love. Don't chase what looks exciting while ignoring what is truly valuable. Listen to the wisdom of your parents, for they see beyond what you feel in the moment. The girl had many relationships without her parents' approval, and in her stubbornness, she ruined her own future. How can a wife choose to take pills and refuse to have children? Remember, some mistakes can never be undone. They will haunt you forever. If you believe that ego and selfishness can ruin your life, comment "I agree" and share this story with your friends. May God bless you with wisdom, love, and peace.